Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. Man, I gotta tell you, I just finished my first workout in about a week here, and it kind of sucked. I'm still pretty sick. I don't know, when this video will air, time lapse. We queue up a bunch of videos here at Simple Programmer, so it might come out in a different order. But I just ran a half marathon just after getting over the flu. I'm not even over the flu, to be honest with you. I've been out. I basically had a fever for 6 or 7 days, pretty high, 102 or so. And then I ran that half marathon yesterday. And today was the first day that I was well enough to actually hit the gym again in about a week. And this comes after, I did this video on relapsing or something like that, or about relapsing, and just about where I admitted, I think maybe the video before that, where I was in Florida, and I admitted that I had fallen back a little bit. I hadn't, I had been out for a little bit, had to miss working out and training. What am I going to talk about today? Well, a couple of things. I don't want to make excuses and whine about being sick. It sucked. I'm back. It sucks to lose. I'll tell you this. It sucks to lose ground, okay? It sucks to lose ground, because that's what I'm going to talk about a little bit today, is basically this idea that, that it's the means. It's the means that's important, not the ends, okay? Because I've lost a lot of ends, and some of this shit is unavoidable, right? So after my whole fiasco where I had another unavoidable problem, and then I couldn't work out, and what was avoidable was me eating crap and not taking care of myself. So I brought that upon myself. But getting sick with the flu, I couldn't run, I couldn't train, I couldn't lift, I basically couldn't make any progress. I couldn't even really eat healthy. What I mean by that is I couldn't even make progress as far as calorie deficit, because I had to eat, because I was I needed food, at least, to recover. I couldn't risk not, after 6 days, or after about 3 or 4 days, I was like, I better cut out the fasting for a little bit here, just to make sure that I'm getting, I don't cause myself some kind of damage, right? Because I was a little smart like that. So, but the point is, it's really easy to get disappointed in this kind of situation. I mean, I am disappointed. I was making really good progress towards my goals this year, right? I have a lot of fitness goals this year. I had a ton of fitness goals. I still do, but I'd planned on running a sub 4 hour marathon. I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna give it my best shot, but I want to hit a 1:45 half. In fact, that half I was running yesterday was supposed to be that. I did not get there, not even close. I ran my worst one ever, but I did run it sick. And I'm not going to have the time to train to be able to do that with the next one I have coming up here in less than a month. Ouch. It's going to be a lot of hills as well. So that kind of sucks, right? I wanted to get down lower body fat. I wanted to, I had some muscle building goals and stuff like that as well. But here's the thing, right? I have to remind myself of this constantly too, right? Because, again, now, it might seem like because I talk about improving yourself, becoming the best version of yourself, right? That's what the focus of this channel is. That's what my focus is. What my gift to you, if I'm going to give you a gift, is to be able to help you, to be able to improve yourself. But that doesn't just, in fact, that really doesn't even mean your physical self. If we think about it, the improving of the physical self is really, again, that's an end. It's not a mean, right? It's an end goal instead of a mean goal. And what I mean by the difference here is the means goals, the means is what's important. It's what you become internally, not even externally, it's not, right? I mean, we say, it's not about the money. It's not about the girls. It's not about the car that you drive or the house that you have, that you sleep in, right? But it's also not about the temple that you inhabitate, right? It's not about the body necessarily, right? The body is important, right? I mean, we want to do the best that we can, but it's about what you become. And so, there's ways, right? And you have to play this trick, right? Some of you are saying, oh, John, you're just hacking your psychology. You're bullshitting yourself into making this into a good thing when this is clearly not a good thing. No, yeah, no, Ian, yeah. You got to do this. You got to learn how to basically like figure out how in life that you're going to make something bad turn into something good, right? To turn into an opportunity, because there's always opportunities whenever there's adversity. There always is. You just have to spot it and you have to pick it out. You have to choose to make it become that. And so in this particular case, right, for me, you know, talking about myself here, with the fitness, I sort of have to start over. I mean, hitting the gym today was hard. I lost some strength. I lost some, you know, and when I run tomorrow, I'm not gonna be like I was at the beginning of this year. I was running 10 miles, right? I ran 10 miles at about an 8.5 minute pace the entire time. That was pretty fucking awesome in my book. Like, that's like, damn, John, you're getting there. You're gonna be able to do this. And now, when I run tomorrow, it's not gonna be anywhere close to that. I'll be lucky if I finish 10 miles, right, at this point. So it sucks, right? And you know, as far as I got fat, that sucks. I'm gonna have to lose that weight, get cut up again. I mean, and gain some strength back that I lost, right? Get back on track and stuff. And I've got a lot of traveling, and it's gonna be hard. But that's the thing. It's like the bigger growth will come, honestly, for me, from being able to, I mean, just the fact that I can turn on this camera right now, that I am not as distraught as I would have been a year ago. Like a year ago, if this would have happened to me, I would have been upset. I would have been depressed for a while, right? And I'm upset a little bit, but I'm not depressed, right? Because I've grown to the point to realize that I honestly see the value and the benefit in this. I did not prefer this. I would preferred if I achieved those goals, if I didn't have these setbacks, but these setbacks are purging out weakness, right? And I can see that. I know that I still had weakness, right? And if I look at some of these setbacks, right, I can look at my own weaknesses, right? I always talk about concentrating on failures because I think that's really important. But here's the thing, right? I did not handle these perfectly, right? If I go back and I say, okay, well, you know, when the shit hits the fan, you've got to be extra vigilant, John. Did you let this get under your fingernails? Did you let it get under your skin? Did you, like, you know, and the answer is I did, right? I mean, I did that other video where I said I was eating my own bullshit, susceptible to my own bullshit. And the fact is, I couldn't work out, so I bullshit myself into like not eating healthy and not, you know, not taking care of myself like I should have. I could have been walking, I could have been doing a little bit of exercise and stuff like that. I didn't, okay? So I didn't handle that as well. And even being sick, right, I still, you know, I think I handled it pretty well. But I could have done better. I could have done better with the diet. I could have done better with some of the work that I possibly could have gotten done and things like that. I mean, I did better, but there's still some weakness there. There's still some things there that I need to take care of and need to fix. And so here's a chance, right? I'm starting over essentially. And the thing is, right, you know, I'm not starting over from scratch. And that's the thing I think that I think a lot of us mess up too, right? This is, you know, to give you a little bit of encouragement here, is like you blow it, all right? And I talk about this all the time. So, you know, if you've been watching this channel, this is nothing new. But you blow it, and then what happens, right? You think that you've screwed, it's all shot to hell. It's all screwed up, right? Like some of you hear me say, oh, I'm fat. And you're like, John, you're not fat. Like, do you know, like, you're like, where your fatless level is where I aspire to be someday, like 5 years from now. I get it. I totally get it, right? And that's what that's what you have to sink in. That's what you have to realize is that, you know, I'm not trying to brag there, by the way. You know, I you know, whatever. For me, I feel fat. So that's my standard, okay? Your standard is your standard, and it'll change and grow, and hopefully, and your standard should always be going up, by the way. It should always be going up, but it needs to be where your standard is right now. But my point is this, is it's like, no, I haven't. Like, I still look good, right? I still am, and even on my own standards, I'm still pretty damn good. It's going to take some tweaking. I have to get back to where I was, but don't go friggin' rolling down the hill backwards like, oh, and free fall, falling backwards, right? And that's what we do a lot of times. And so, you know, I call this flying off the rails. I'm not going to link to the video because that's an old video, but yeah, that's what happens, right? That's what we do. We do this kind of stuff. and then we make it worse for ourselves. So I'm taking this from square one, right? And I'll give you old poker story from way back that kind of illustrates this point. So there was a time when I was playing online poker and I wasn't so good at it. And I mean, I was good, but I was losing my edge because I was getting too eager to just make the money, just to get to the end, right? Not the means, not to become a better poker player, because that was always the point, right? That should have been the point, because if you're focusing on the means, the ends it's amazing how the ends just magically come. They show up. For you guys out there, by the way, just as it popped into my head, this is why I tell you, right, on focusing on you, on growing yourself and becoming more of a man, is because when you focus on that, on not seeking external validation and finding it within yourself and growing yourself and being confident in yourself and fulfilled within yourself, you become more attractive. The ends, you will see the difference. I mean, trust me on this one, guys, because I've gone through it. I've gone through the transformation myself. It is night and day on how easily you can get the ends when you have the means. It comes, okay? So that's what I'm saying. So distraction, but anyway, I was slipping because I was not doing that. What I was doing with the poker was I wanted to win. I was playing all these tournaments, blowing all this money, and then I started putting money on the account, to be honest with you. Like, I was a winning player, then I became a losing player. So, I said, fuck this, I'm done. All right, I'm done with putting money on the account I have, how much money do I have on my account? I think it was 10 cents. I might have told this story before, but if I come up with different numbers, there's something like 10 cents. Okay, and I said, that's what you got, John? And I was talking to myself, what do you mean that's what you got, John? That's what you got. You got 10 cents. I can't play poker with 10 cents. It's like $50 to enter the tournaments I enter. No. There's a table, like they pay like 1 cent, 2 cent. Yeah, but it'll be gone in like 5. What if I get dealt 5 bad hands? Well, then I guess you're not playing poker anymore. So I went to the 1, 2, 1, and when I say 1, 2, I mean 1 cent, 2 cent table with my 10 cents. And I played as conservatively and as tightly as possible until I grinded that sucker up to 30 cents. And you know what I did when I went to 30 cents? I said, hey, I should move up to the 2 cent, 4 cent table. And you know what I did? I slapped myself right in the face and I said, no, sir. No, sir. When you hit $3, then you can go up to the 2 cent, 4 cent table. Until you hit $3, you're going to stay at the 1, 2. And I worked my way up from 2 cent, 4 cent to 5 cent, 10 cent to playing some quarter tournaments. And pretty soon I had $10,000 on that account. And I was a much better poker player. And so that's what I'm doing now. That's what life is about. Let me tell you right here, okay? Life is about that. This is life, is that you start over. And you're going to keep on starting over until you get the fucking thing right. So when you have setbacks like this, right, it just means you're not ready yet. It just means you're not there, you're not mature enough yet, that you still need to develop the means. And you're focusing too much on the end. The end is not, I mean, it's great to have awesome biceps and have an awesome body and low body fat percentage. Or to be able to run like, I don't know, like what? To be able to run a 4-hour marathon or less or whatever. For some of you, 4-hour marathon is slow as hell. Okay? That's awesome. Okay? It's awesome to have a lot of money. It's awesome to have all that shit. But that's not the focus. The focus, it has to be on the means. It's not about getting there, it's about becoming. And that's the thing. And if you get there without becoming, you will have a reset. I promise you will have because you cannot hold on to but what you are, right? If your nature is different than what you have, you will lose what you have. This is why people who have wealth, fame, whatever it is thrust upon them, lose it all. Because they don't deserve it. They haven't earned it. It is not what they are. It's not in concordance with their nature because they haven't become yet. And so whatever you have that you haven't become yet, you will lose and you'll start over, right? And so in my mind, I know to myself, I haven't become yet what I was holding. I got a glimpse of what could be and what I will be someday. but I'm not there yet. And so I have to start over again, and I have to have the amount of discipline required to be able to earn what I want to have. In some areas of my life, there's a lot of things that I have that I have become, and I'm becoming more and more so, and those ends will show up over time. So there you have it. That's all I got to say about that. I know this is a long video, but hey, this is something I'm figuring out, right? Like I said, this whole channel is something I'm figuring out. This is life that I'm figuring out as you're watching it, and but you know, it's a journey. It'll be fun. You know, it'll be interesting to see how well I do this time around, and how much improvements I'll make as I go through this and improve. We'll see what happens, and you'll watch it here. All right, that's enough of this. If you like this video, if you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button below, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.